Yo, man, what's up, man? We have another podcast, man, and something that I wanted to get into because it's something I started, but it's just nobody really is gonna get this at all, man. I can tell you right now, um, from where I am in my sports, and what I do on a regular, and then even things I do, as far as let's say extracurricular I can't even say it, extracurricular activities, right? This is not something that you would see me doing. Now, I played this game when I was like 8 years old for like 10, 20 minutes, and that was it. For some reason, I decided to pick it back up, man. I watched a couple of YouTube videos, I watched a couple of things, and I was just like, you know what, man? This might be something I need, let alone for exercise. um, Getting outside, staying outside for hours on end, getting my daughter into it to where she's exercising and staying outside and being a kid instead of being inside on her tablet. It's just kind of like a multi-use activity is what it is. But anyways, we're going to get to it, man. And until then, we love y'all, dog. All right, man. So we're back at it again. So, hey, listen, man. This is one of the things I wanted to talk about, man. And it's not something like it's crazy. This is just one of those podcasts where I just wanted to kind of implement myself into this thing, man. So you see everything in the back, man. You have which side is it? You have football here. You have hockey, and then if you can't see, you got baseball, and then you got the baseball bat with Selig Fielders signature bat. I mean, everything is located around regular sports, man. And then, there's a lot of sports that people do that, they don't talk about, they don't do, right? I golf, right? As long as I have the money, I golf religiously. All right. It's very tough to golf nowadays because the prices to get in, like where I go is Woodland Hills over here in Cartersville, man. And it's like $40 to $50, give or take, depending on the day you go. It's $40 to $50 just to go to this golf course with a golf cart, 18 holes, and everything like that. If you want to go to a shittier one, that's cool. I go to those as well. It's like $15 to $20. It's very expensive, man. So I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, you know, and this, I got a group chat with my boys on it, and I got, Mariella with me and her text and everything. And I'm not kind of sharing or indulging information at this time, right? What I'm doing is I'm sitting here researching. I'm like, yo, what is a sport that I can do that costs damn near $0, right? There's always going to be an initial investment to do something, right? So I was thinking, I was like, well, there's damn tennis courts everywhere. There's tennis courts everywhere, dude. And I mean, like, what do you need? Shoes I already have, socks I already have, shorts I already have, a shirt I already have. All these things I already have. The only thing I don't have is a racket, right? And some balls, man. And I have time because, man, dude, when I tell you, which I didn't know back then, right, from the start, and from when y'all are seeing this, either the YouTube content, which is going to be before, which I'm just kind of shitty at, it's going to be before the actual podcast itself. I mean, this is like late November, so by this time, I've already been playing a whole bunch and getting better, right? So this is literally a week ago from today. So we'll say this is November like 12th, 13th when I post it out. This is like October 10th or a little bit earlier, right? When I actually started. And man, let me tell you something, man. I was like, you know what? Let me go get like a $20 racket, right? You can get a Wilson, just cheap racket from Target, right? That's where I got mine. That's where Manny went and got his, and Damien went and got his own from there, right? These are just a couple guys I work with. Manny, you've already seen Manny, man. Fucking douchebag. Just kidding, Manny. You've already seen him. But Damien, you haven't seen him, but you heard about him. All right, he's in one of my early podcasts that we did. And so what we did was day one Monday, right? This is the weekend, all right? And that Monday before, me, Damien, and Manny went out and played with whatever rackets he could scoop up from his house where he stays with his girl. Went out there, played for like an hour, and let me tell you something. When I played back when I was like 8 to 10 years old, I was like, dude, I was like, man, this is kind of like trash, whatever. I mean, you're a kid, you don't really understand or know, or and I didn't know none of the rules. And even up from then till now, I didn't know the rules. I didn't understand the game. I didn't, and I kind of pushed it off. And anybody who I disrespected back then, for playing tennis and everything, like, dude, I'm sorry. Yo, this shit is fun. Yo, it is very fun. It's a very fun, high intensity game. From my perspective as a kid, I was like, you know what? It's just not for me. It's just one of those games where I was like, all right, it's for those guys and girls who don't want to play a real sport, right? And I mark it in with like regular football cheerleading, not competition, because competition cheerleading is a real sport. It totally is. But as far as football, man, you're just cheering for a team, man. I don't count that shit. Now, if you're a competition, bro, you in it. But I just kind of realmed it into that football cheerleader aspect, and I didn't know, man. And I played golf, and then other people had their little side views about golf. When I was, I first of all, I've golfed since I was like 8 years old, and it stuck with me till now, and I continuously play. You can actually see, my golf set here in the view, man. And and this is not the dude. My I have built my set from ground zero, and that's just what you do when you ain't got no money. And so I was like, you know what, tennis is something I was always curious about, but never really indulged, because I had, even now, before I started, I had those old mentalities of thinking about how tennis was without knowing, right? And I pride myself on a person now of being, let me try it before I deny it. You know what I mean? So what I did was I did my research. I said something to my wife about it, but it was more sexual. You know what I'm saying? Grab my balls, grab my stick type of shit. But then I talked to it was that weekend before that Monday. I said, hey man, who wants to play tennis? Nobody said nothing. Whatever. Monday comes. Yo, that was me who said it. Yo, let's go play if you want to play. Da 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 da. Damien ended up having a few sticks on him, rackets. I call them sticks. Damien ended up having a few rackets on him, and I said, "Yo, let's just go." So we went over there in Dallas, where he lives, and we went to a court down the road. And dude, right when we were playing, I was like, "All right, this is okay." Like we and Manny were both trash. We ended up beating Damien, even though he's been playing for a little bit longer. Because literally since that 30 minutes I played when I was like 8 to 10 years old, I think Manny was like very young when he like slightly got introduced to it. We haven't played, so really we're brand new of brand new. And so we're sitting there, and we're playing whatever. I was like, yo, I like this shit. And I asked him, man, I said, what'd you think about this? Man, you like it, man? It's cool. He's like, yeah, dude, it's just pretty good. It's good cardio. Dude, I felt sore shit after that 1 hour that we played. Literally, we were planning to go the next day on Tuesday. Didn't go. Work was just way too long. I didn't get off until like 4 o'clock. That Wednesday, right in between time, I went ahead and got a cheap racket from Target, and I think Manny went and got one as well, because I said, "Yo, it's just $20." And it was that Wednesday. Me and him were partners. I said, "All right, yo, let's just go. We'll try out these rackets, do whatever." I was already sore. I was still sore. Oh no, 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 no! I'm wrong. We ended up going again with Damien to this other park in Kennesaw. I just got the new racket, if I'm not mistaken. And I went and got Mia's as well, because I'm trying to teach her how to play. And as I'm learning, I'm teaching her, right? Because it's a great sport. It's good for cardio and everything like that, because to me personally, my daughter's not fat at all. I just want to make sure she stays athletic through her years. And I don't want to push her to nothing, but I just let her kind of make her decision. So we ended up going playing after work. Dude, we spent like 4 hours playing. Yo, literally 4 hours, dude. We were so dead afterwards. And so Manny had a job his brother sold. Is like 300 foot, da da da, whatever. We ended up doing that job, and we got off at like 3:30 or 11:30. And I was like, yo, I'm still gonna go and I'm gonna practice a little bit, maybe like an hour or so. I'm gonna practice. Man, he's like, because we were already dead. It was hot as hell outside that Wednesday, and I was like, yeah, I think he's like, if it's an hour, I'll go with you and whatever. You are now listening to Sports Plus Life with your host, Big Trav. Stay tuned. Said, all right, cool. We ended up spending like almost 2 hours there playing, and we were dead as hell, man. It was just kind of hitting balls and kind of practicing whatever at the same time, kind of being competitive at the same time. So those 3 days, it was kind of competitive, but we didn't really know what we were doing. We were kind of implementing the rules as we went on. You know what I mean? So we were kind of doing things as we went, and we was like, all right, we're not going to do this no more because it's not right. We're going to try to hit it in the box this time. So from now on, we'll do that. And then I think that was a Thursday, and then yesterday, right, which would be a Friday. So Thursday night, my boy Tim came by, right? He's the one I always talk about. Quit his job, going back to school and everything like that. He was going to school Thursday, came down, spent the night with me. We went, did a whole bunch of crazy shit that day. And then later that night, Friday, me, Manny, Damian, Manny's cousin Jimmy, Tim. I mean, we were just out there playing literally we went out like 4:30, 5 o'clock and just played all day, dude. And, I was kind of learning my racket at the same time. And, on a backstory of Tim used to play when he was like, I say anywhere between 14 to 20, somewhere in that range. He played for like 3 years, which is a great amount of time to play tennis, dude, because we've only been playing for a week and we've been just getting way better. So imagine 3 years, right? So we ended up going to playing. He's playing really great, man, which I was expecting to anyways. He started getting his serves right, like on a speedy level, right? He was hitting them, and we just weren't back. As I learned now, we weren't back far enough to have time to hit it. But anyways, yeah, it was a very fun time. We played 4 days last week, and today, which is Saturday, when I'm recording this, we ended up taking a break. Right, man, he had a side job to go to. Tim went back, and then he's back in Dallas, so he probably ain't gonna come tomorrow. But man, when I tell you, tennis is a great sport. I'm not gonna lie, it's very intense. Like the way we play, right? When I watch it, I'm just watching highlights, so it looks like very little downtime. But even when I play and we have our own downtime, it still seems fast paced. Like we're not serving 100 to 120 miles an hour. We're not there yet. But when I tell you that when we serve, we're like back and forth, boom, 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 nonstop. And then finally somebody just messes up and gives the point away. Which I've learned is patience is the key in tennis because, it just takes that one mess up. They can't hit it over the net or they hit it too far and then it's done. You know what I mean? But when we went out Friday, we implemented all the rules. So now that's what we play by. We play by all the tennis rules. The only thing difference is instead of going like 15, 30, 45 to love or 45 to or 40 to 15 or whatever it is, man, AD and all that, we just played a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. First hit 6 wins or first hit 5 wins, depending on like how we play it, right? But man, dude, tennis is such a great sport, man. I can tell you right now, even though I've been trying to lose weight with tennis because it's so like we're playing in the sun, dude, and I'm sweating. I'm already like a sweataholic, right? My son, the newborn, is already a sweataholic, just like me. And I'm sitting there sweating and all kind of crazy stuff. And dude, I'm just saying, like, I sweat more in tennis than I do just doing my job. And I thought I sweated too much at my job. You know what I mean? So it's great. But I'm sitting here weighing myself and I'm like, all right, I fluctuate inward between 215 and 220. Somewhere in between there. That's where I'm always at. And I'm like, all right, I'm staying at like 217, 218, 217, 218, 219, 218, 219. And I'm just kind of just going, I'm like, yo, why am I gaining weight really? And it's because I've been playing tennis and I've been gaining muscle through my legs, dude. And even like when I look at my legs, even though I'm sore or nothing like that, dude, I can see the definition in the muscle like coming in. So I've been working out on my gym on the porch and shit. And the only thing I'm looking at now is like, all right, well, let me start implementing that intermittent fasting again. And let me start maybe even like slightly keto, to try to kind of give that extra boost into it. But I can, I still eat what I eat, man. I did keto for like a month and a half and I lost like 35 pounds. You know what I mean? So it's crazy. But tennis is an amazing sport, man. And anybody who's slacking on tennis, dude, it's fun as hell. It's not like I'm doing it just to lose weight, dude. It's like it is literally fun. Like so tomorrow, Sunday, we got me. Manny's gonna be over here. He's got his brother Eric coming, which we talked about Eric on another podcast, which I don't know if no, it did post. It posted already. Well, at this time it would have been done posted. And then we got Jimmy coming out, the one that we go shoot guns at and everything like that on his property. He's coming out. He just started playing tennis too. So that's awesome as hell because he lives down the road from me. So anytime I want to go play, man, he said, "Yo, just hit me up. I get off at like 4 or 5 o'clock. We'll go over there and we'll play some tennis." And I was like, "All right, that's cool," because he has a kid who he's getting into tennis as well on top of soccer. And I looked up because I was like, what can I get Mia in as far as sports or something of that elective that is cheap enough to where I can afford and her be active and everything like that. So, I told you all about ballet. Ballet was like $100 something a month. That's a lot. So I looked up these classes for juniors, like kids like her age, to get into it. Now she can go into competitive if she wants to, but right now I was like, yo, let's just get her going, right? It's like $10 a class. Well, no, it's like one day a week is like $40, right? Which almost adds up, but you can do 70, no, it's like $50 to $60 a session, right? Or 50 to $60 for 2 days a week. So 2, 4, 6, 8. That's 8 days a month on top of me just going out there with her as well. So I might actually just do the one day. So it's like I think it's one day is like 30, 15 to $30 a class for her size or her age group for her to be able to practice and everything like that. And it's very cheap. And I already got her a racket. I got her a head. And then I just recently went and purchased, actually today I went and got a head myself. It was like a $200 to $250 racket, brand new. But I went to Play It Again. But do not sleep on Play It Again Sports. If you're getting your kid into any kind of sports, go do that. Refurbish whatever equipment you can do to that equipment and then be good. I went and got that tennis racket. I went and got it restrung, got new grips on it and everything like that. And dude, it looks brand fucking new. Actually, let me show you the Walmart or the Target racket that I was using. You are now listening to Sports Plus Life with your host, Big Trav. Stay tuned. All right, so this is a Target racket. This is that Wilson, right? Kind of heavy, man. Now, when you first initially, like as me, when I first initially held a racket, I was like, yo, this is kind of light. But when you're flying at speeds, like whipping that ball and serving and everything, and trying to whip to the side, your forehand, your backhand, and everything, you can start actually feeling the weight, because the faster you go, you can actually feel the grams, and it actually just intensifies the weight. All right. So what I have my daughter with is a head, right? As you know, I got it used as well, like $14, dude. So it's actually a great price. You know what I mean? So I went and got me one for like 40 to $50 for the adult size. And let alone I went and got it restrung and everything like that. So this used to be white right here. And then this was like, like I said, I got it restrung. So this was like a, dude, like a piss clear string, dude. That's how old it was, and it was moving and everything. So I went and got it restrung for like $15. But this is mine now, and dude, even this, like when I swing it, feels so light, dude. I mean, any way I swing it feels super light. Now I still gotta like, put some hot water rag on this and let it take the tag off it. With my old clubs, I always get my clubs used. But with my old clubs, I finally actually got all the stickers off of it when I bought it used. So now they look good. But anyways, I gotta do the same thing to here, which I'm gonna do tonight. And it's gonna be amazing, man. And we're playing tomorrow, so I'm glad I got it back today. And man, it's gonna be awesome, dude. I mean, just the pattern alone, the sweet spot on this is ridiculous, dude. And it's so light. It has power in it as well because the way I restrung it. Well, I got PGA Tour to restring it, but the string I picked out for it was good enough for me. And I tested out a little bit when I was there, which it was like 3 or 4 serves. It wasn't nothing serious. Didn't really get a full thing on it, but whenever we go to tomorrow to actually do everything, I'm going to get there about an hour early and just kind of serve and get the form right. Because that's my biggest thing is the form on the serve, and then also the forehand and backhand form itself. And I do right when we play a little slower, which we all do because we're not that great at it. But I want to get good enough to where I can just dominate. That's really what I want, and then not just dominate between all of us, but sooner or later just dominate. Period. Who knows? I might do some tournaments or. I might get Mia into some tournaments or something like that. And it's just going to be great, man. So that's just the venture that I'm in right now. And along with doing all the podcasts and everything like that. But, it's just awesome, man. It is. And it's not really that expensive. It's really not, dude. A racket can last you 4 or 5 years. And if you bought it new, you're spending like $200 for a really good one. Like, that's not bad at all. When you talk about I can go buy a golf club that'll last me the same amount of time or longer, and it still costs $300-400. You know what I mean? Like, and then you still got to go play, which is like $50 to $60 a time you go play, which is tennis, dude. As long as you got a court that's empty, you're playing. That's it. And the balls, man, you get like 3 balls for like $2 or $3, and you can use those balls just the one time you go and play with your friends and shit, and then you go pick up some new balls and that's another thing I didn't know. Tim told me, he's like, if it's too squishy, it's not good. It's got to be nice and firm. So like when we had some balls we were playing with when we were playing doubles, and he was like, dude, I didn't even think to check the balls and everything, and he's in there squeezing them and everything. Pause. Anyways, for the whole thing, but he said they're doing that, and then he's like, oh shit, dude, these are bad tennis balls, man. Like, these are not good. And then we had some other ones. Luckily, he was like, "Yeah, these are the ones you need to play with. This is the style. This is the air capacity and everything that you need to play with at minimum." And I was like, "All right." So then it ended up being a good game, and I ended up reffing because I was tired of shit, dude. I was already like 4 hours in. I was like, "Dude, I'm not playing no more. I'm done." But they ended up going like 17 matches, dude. It was crazy. But anyways, until next time, man. We love you. We appreciate you listening. And this is just my little ramble about what I got going on right now, man. And until next time, we'll see you again. What's good, baby? Thanks for listening. Make sure you go like, subscribe, and follow my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, anything like that, man. Make sure y'all go ahead and click the link. Make sure y'all go ahead and follow up. Check out the next podcast coming up. Make sure y'all check in every day, every week. You never know when we're going to post a new one. Yo, thanks for listening to Sports Plus Life. Your host, Big Trav. Appreciate everything. Make sure y'all go follow, like, subscribe on whatever website y'all are on right now. Leave some love, leave some comments. Stay tuned to the next one. Thanks for listening.